Now is the perfect time to start certain seeds for an amazing garden. Don't miss out on strong, healthy plants and more homegrown food. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into seeds. You should start now for a jump start on the season. Some plants need a head start indoors before moving outside. Hit that like button and subscribe for more gardening tips. Let's kick things off with a true garden favorite, broccoli. Start your broccoli seeds indoors to develop strong roots before moving them outside. Broccoli loves cooler temperatures, so early planting helps them thrive in spring. Sow seeds in individual pots, about an inch deep in seed starting mix. Broccoli seeds love bottom heat, so use a heat mat set to 60 to 70 degrees. Next up we have Brussels sprouts, those wonderfully nutty little greens that some folks love to hate. But trust me, when grown right, they're absolutely delicious. The secret? An early start. They thrive in cooler weather. Start them indoors to grow strong before summer heat. Keep temperatures around 60 to 70 degrees for optimal germination. Now, let's talk cabbage. Whether you're partial to a crisp green cabbage or fancy a beautiful red one for a splash of color in your salads, starting your seeds indoors now is the key to bountiful harvests later on. Cabbage seedlings need consistent moisture and a good amount of light to prevent them from becoming leggy and weak. And as with broccoli and Brussels sprouts, aim for that sweet spot of 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit for germination. Cauliflower can be a bit of a diva in the garden, but those creamy white heads are worth the effort. Start them indoors for a successful harvest. Indoor starting provides a stable environment for strong roots. Cauliflower likes a good seed starting mix and consistent temperature. Leeks. Patience for a prize. Now, for a vegetable that requires a bit of patience but rewards you with incredible flavor, leeks. These elegant alliums need a long growing season, which is why starting them early indoors is crucial. Sow your leek seeds in deep trays or modules to accommodate their long root systems. And here's a little trick. Once your leeks are a few inches tall, give them a haircut. Trimming the tops back encourages bushier growth and stronger stems. Onions, a staple in so many dishes, and oh so satisfying to grow yourself. They need a long growing season to reach their full potential. Start them indoors now. Use modules or trays. Onions need space to grow. Thin them to about an inch apart. A little trim now, and then we'll do them good. Let's move on to something you can enjoy fresh from the garden throughout the growing season. Lettuce. This cool season crop is incredibly versatile and surprisingly hardy. And here's a tip. Sow a few seeds every couple of weeks for a continuous supply of fresh lettuce throughout the spring and early summer. Kale, that powerhouse of nutrients, is another cool season crop that thrives with an early start. I like to sow mine in modules, giving each seedling its own little space to grow strong before it's time to brave the elements. Now let's talk about Swiss chard, a vibrant and versatile vegetable that deserves a spot in every garden. With its colorful stems and nutritious leaves, Swiss chard adds a touch of beauty to both your garden and your plate. For an early start and a longer harvest, It's a good idea to start some seeds indoors now. Remember, charred seedlings need plenty of light, so choose a bright windowsill or invest in a grow light. Collard greens, a staple in southern cuisine, are another cool season crop that benefits from an early start indoors. These leafy greens are incredibly hardy and can withstand cooler temperatures, making them a great choice for early spring gardens. Start your collard green seeds indoors, just like you would with kale or Swiss chard. Provide them with plenty of light, consistent moisture, and they'll reward you with an abundance of flavorful leaves for your favorite dishes. Parsley, often relegated to the sidelines as a garnish, is a versatile herb that deserves a place in its own right. This biennial plant is incredibly hardy and can even be overwintered in many regions. Now is the perfect time to start your parsley seeds indoors. Parsley seeds are notoriously slow to germinate, so a little patience is required. But once they sprout, they're relatively low maintenance and will reward you with fresh, flavorful leaves throughout the growing season. Let's turn our attention to something warmer. Peppers, from sweet bell peppers to fiery chili peppers, these vibrant fruits add flavor and color. Peppers need a long, warm growing season, so start them indoors now. Pepper seeds are small and benefit from bottom heat. A heat mat set to 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit works well. Tomatoes, the quintessential summer fruit. Yes, fruit. Whether you prefer juicy heirlooms, sweet cherry tomatoes, or plump plum tomatoes, there's a variety out there for everyone. Just like peppers, tomatoes need a long, warm growing season to reach their full potential. So starting them indoors now is essential. Again, a heat mat can be helpful to speed up the process. Now for a vegetable that's as much fun to grow as it is to eat, peas. These sweet, crunchy treats are a true harbinger of spring and a welcome addition to any garden. While you can direct sow peas outdoors, starting a few indoors can give them a head start, especially if your soil is still cold and wet. Let's talk carrots. These crunchy, colorful roots are packed with nutrients and add a touch of sweetness to any dish. And while carrots are typically direct sown, starting a few indoors can be beneficial, especially if you have heavy or compacted soil. The key to successful carrot seedlings is providing them with enough depth for their long tap roots to develop properly. Choose deep containers or modules to prevent stunted growth. Now let's move on to something a little bit different, flowers. And we're starting with alyssum, a charming little flower that packs a big punch in the garden. These delicate blooms may be small, but they release a powerful honey-like fragrance that attracts beneficial insects like bees and butterflies. Sow the tiny seeds in cell trays filled with a well-draining seed-starting mix. Next up, we have cosmos, a cheerful and easy-to-grow flower that adds a burst of color to any summer garden. These tall, daisy-like blooms come in a wide range of vibrant hues, from sunny yellows and oranges to delicate pinks and purples. Starting them indoors allows you to enjoy their cheerful blooms even earlier in the season. Sow the seeds in cell trays or pots filled with a seed-starting mix, and keep them consistently moist. Marigolds, with their cheerful golden blooms, are a staple in many gardens. But did you know that these sunny flowers are more than just a pretty face? Marigolds are known for their pest-repellent properties, making them a great companion plant for vegetables. Start your marigold seeds indoors about 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost date in your area. Sow the seeds in cell trays or pots filled with a seed-starting mix and place them in a sunny location. Shasta daisies, with their classic white petals and sunny yellow centers, evoke a sense of nostalgia and charm. These cheerful flowers are easy to grow and attract a variety of pollinators to the garden. Start your Shasta daisy seeds indoors about 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost date. Sow the seeds in cell trays or pots filled with a well-draining seed-starting mix and keep them consistently moist. Zinnias, a favorite among gardeners for their vibrant colors and long blooming season. These cheerful flowers come in a kaleidoscope of hues, from fiery reds and oranges to sunny yellows and pinks. Zinnias are relatively easy to start from seed indoors. Sow the seeds in cell trays or pots filled with a seed-starting mix and place them in a sunny location. Once the seedlings have developed a few true leaves, you can begin to harden them off before transplanting them outdoors. Starting your seeds now means stronger plants and earlier harvests. Whether you're growing veggies or flowers, giving them a head start makes all the difference. Keep the soil moist, but not soggy. Use a grow light if you don't have a sunny window. Label your seedlings to avoid mix-ups. If you found this helpful, hit that like button. What are you planting right now? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more gardening tips. Thanks for watching, and happy growing.